right, let me see if we good here with the audio. All right, sounds like the audio is good. Let me just check one more thing. Uh, all right, y'all. If y'all can hear me, if the signal's good, put a number one. If the signal good, put a number one. All right, put a number one. How y'all doing, everybody? All right. First off, I want to say congratulations to the Houston Texans for defeating the Steelers in a awesome, awesome game. I want to thank everybody watching. Hit the like button, subscribe to DBZ Nation, and tonight we're gonna have a special football game between the Houston Texans and the Pittsburgh Steelers. We're gonna do a recap game. Do y'all think that the Texans is going to the Super Bowl? I don't know. I hope so. All right, y'all. Buckle up your seatbelts and enjoy this ride. Go get you something cold to drink. Y'all gonna want to see this. All right. Hmm. All right. Pittsburgh Steelers. And I wanted to ask y'all, who do y'all think going to the Super Bowl?
Tonight, it's the National Football League. It's Super Bowl Sunday. Texans taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers.
When you think about the classic venues to host the NFL's ultimate game, this one's right up near the top of the list. The Caesars Superdome here in New Orleans. We are minutes away from Super Bowl 59, and we've got a tremendous matchup in store. Years of Super Bowls have led us here. More history to be written tonight as we get underway. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
And there are a lot of quarterbacks who had terrific careers. Think about guys like Phillip Rivers, Randall Cunningham, Dan Fouts, Warren Moon. But they never got to a Super Bowl. Yet here he is in his second NFL season, already getting his chance. And we harken back to Dan Marino, another superstar, made it in his second year, lost the game, and never made it back again.
A first carry here for Joe Mixon. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 3. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
And that might have been a situation where even though you don't hit on the deep throw, you at least put in the defender's minds early in the game that we're going to press the ball deep against your secondary. And that can have a ripple effect on how they function throughout.
Now here's Stroud on 3rd down. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a first down. So pass interference to call. That's going to set him up with a first down.
And if it's a bang-bang play, maybe the flag stays in the official's pocket, but instead He definitely impeded the receiver's right to catch the football. The officials letting the players know how the game's going to be called here in the first quarter.
Now Stroud going deep for Diggs. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. Well, obviously, they never want to see penalties on that defense, but this one a little bit more significant there on the downfield pass play.
And coaches preach it all the time. You can't put yourself in that kind of position if you're the defender. You've got to stay in a spot far downfield where you can play the ball without creating extra contact.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Well, everybody was up there ready at the line of scrimmage, CD, but no snap, and the delay of game ensued.
Yeah, and I'm sure their head coach is asking the exact same thing. What's going on out there? Almost like they thought they had more time than actually was on the clock.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15.
And they'll go play action here with Stroud. And he's going to look that one in one-handed. What a catch for the touchdown.
So a one-handed grab in the end zone. Nothing much more rewarding than that for a guy catching it.
Not at all. And with what we just saw there, that type of a one-handed catch, what's next? Maybe they go up and almost Velcro with their jersey in the ball. That's about all that's left. That play, simply spectacular.
So a one-handed grab in the end zone. Not much more impressive than that. Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. And the Texans take a 7-0 lead. The drive there only spanning 3 plays.
And it's finished off by the touchdown by Stephon Diggs.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. So out come the Steelers now for their first drive. They're led onto the field by their quarterback, a man who's made quite the name for himself in the NFL, and that's Russell Wilson.
And no doubt he's living out a dream right now. He's had dating back to his first days of playing football as a kid. But he certainly can't get lost in the moment right now. There's still a Super Bowl to be played, and his offense, they're looking to him to be their leader. You can take it all in when it's over. Right now, you've got the biggest game of your life to win.
Play action. It's Wilson.
He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Freiermuth.
And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards.
Well, after the standard 2-week layoff, you always wonder how's your offense going to respond and come out and play here in the Super Bowl. Well, they got a great answer right there and almost a sigh of relief on that side of the field because now they've got to feel like they can use their entire playbook and game plan for this one.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 32-yard line. Wilson finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
And I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area. And after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1.
Here's Wilson to throw. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And in for the Steelers, touchdown.
Calvin Austin.
A 24-yard touchdown.
And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying up this Super Bowl. They said that they wanted to get him involved early, and what a way to cap their opening drive, Charles. We know he's one of the fastest receivers in the NFL, and he showcased it on that play.
And when you have a guy like that, you want to make sure the defense sees him early, right? You want to see how they're going to adjust, how they're going to try and guard him, because they can't replicate his speed in practice unless they've got one of the few guys who are as fast as he is. And all it took was one drive. He burned them, and I don't think it's the last time they call his number in this one.
Chris Boswell now for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. Scoring summary, 3-play drive.
And in the end, a Calvin Austin touchdown grab finished the drive off.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Out comes a Houston offense as they get set to take over here.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game.
Stroud sets up the play action.
Being chased out left. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
That's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish it as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
2nd down and 8. Stroud to throw it.
And his throw is incomplete.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Throwing now is Stroud. Trying to stretch the field with Schultz.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
And this is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3-and-out and giving the ball back to their offense?
And a fair catch taken here right at about the 40-yard line. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their 2nd offensive possession. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Then confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a 1st down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the 1st down.
First carry for Najee Harris.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Now it's Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down.
We are just getting started here at Super Bowl 59 in New Orleans. 1 quarter in the books.
7-all is the score. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. To throw is Wilson.
He's got his tight end Freiermuth right side.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's second and a couple.
Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. That's their 2nd, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this 2nd quarter. We'll be right back. Harris running straight ahead, trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package, and that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Third and 4.
Here's Wilson. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th.
Partner, you know what I'm going to say before I even say it.
Yeah, you just cannot take a sack in that spot.
You're exactly right. You can't take a sack in that spot. Potentially now, a 3-point swing right there.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. That's leaking to the right, and he missed it by a foot or 2. It's no good, and this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2. And now out comes Houston.
As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during his...
And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. And he'll be touched down in the end, but a big play on that one.
They scored their touchdown earlier, and this had a chance to be another. This secondary scrambling for answers, looking at each other, trying to figure out who is going to put the clamps on this guy, because right now he's absolutely shredding them.
Stroud to the air on 1st and 10. And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's 2nd down now.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
I am willing to bet that he got a monster grin on his face when he saw what was happening. Man covers were so committed to denying a big throw that it pulled attention away from him, and he had an easy lane to hit, and hit it he did.
Mixon, touchdown, Houston. Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done.
On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it all culminated in the touchdown run coming from Joe Mixon. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The the Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down.
Got his man, it's Warren.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and it's second down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6.
Throwing is Wilson.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
On third down, Wilson.
A short one there to Fryermuth.
So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Yeah, that one was covered pretty well because they were trying to leak the tight end out into the flat. I think they were hoping he could catch it, turn upfield, and pick up the first down.
Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback.
The Texans with the football here late in this first half. And with a 7-point lead, they'll likely look to take this to the locker room and not really press the issue.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. Fighting his way through contact. And how about that for just running out the clock? That one 28 yards on the ground.
Thought they were going to have him down a lot earlier, but he was able to shed that tackle.
Shows the value of the weight room, doesn't it? Shows the value of the attitude when you run the football. Don't go down easily. Break a few tackles, gain some additional yardage.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Again, it's Mixon. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. Larry Ogunjobi there to make the tackle. So it's halftime here on sports' grandest stage in the Super Bowl. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. What a season this has been. Hard to believe it ends tonight, as we'll get back to you guys for the second half of this Super Bowl in just a moment. It was Joe Mixon who had it working in the first half. He had a touchdown run that helped get his guys this halftime lead.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Steeler offense ready to get going to begin this third quarter. And they trail here in the Super Bowl, but fortunately for them, Charles, very much still within striking range.
Yeah, things didn't go exactly the way they planned in the first half. To me, they appeared to be a little bit tight, made a few errors they normally wouldn't. But, of course, this is the Super Bowl, so things get a little bit heightened in that regard. But I think they have to feel a little fortunate. They're only down what they are here starting the third quarter.
Flushed out right. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
The defense did its job of taking away a quick throw, but that's only half the battle because they've got to get to him before he can make a run for it. A little bit late containing him there, so he makes a nice gain out of a play that looked like it was in trouble.
They go play action now. Wilson. Flush to his right. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd and 5. On the give, this is Harris. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off, and try and chip someone at the second level.
Two yards still to go. 3rd down now. Wilson. He's got his target. That's complete.
And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 25-yard line. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Now run straight ahead with Warren.
And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and
How you doing now? How you doing, Dwayne?
What a luxury to have a guy like this
How
who
you
can
doing,
not only
Dwayne?
spell
Good
your
to see
starter,
you.
but can come in
Yeah,
and
man.
keep drives going.
Happy. How you doing today? Happy Monday, man. Good to see you. Just playing a little football. You know, a little recap of the Texans versus the Steelers.
Now it's Wilson.
You know.
Completes it to Austin.
But man, it's real good to see you, Dwayne, 876 Gaming. I appreciate you being here. Real talk. Yeah, do you have a favorite football? Like and share. Oh, thank you so much, Dwayne 876 Gaming. I really appreciate you liking and sharing the live stream. Oh, I gotta call a timeout. I didn't call another play.
They come up 1st and 10.
It's all good, Dwayne 876 Gaming. You know, we're just playing a little football, just enjoying our little Monday night. You know what I'm saying? Good vibes. So good to see you, though, man. I'm so happy that you're here. You know? I need to catch one of your lives, too. I know you be doing live all the time. I need to catch you live out.
He finds his man complete. That's Warren. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Nice gain of 8 that time, and it's 2nd and goal.
And good yardage there
Guess I
on
go with
first
the
down,
blitz
because
this
sometimes
time.
all you need to do on the screen is get one key block.
Man,
that might set
blitz.
your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for
But yeah, I
more.
appreciate you liking and sharing the video,
2nd and
Delano.
goal.
8 cents
Here's
a game. Thank
Wilson.
you so much.
Looking in zone, but it's incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means
he
everyone's
mad.
locked in. Because to me, it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
3rd and goal, a big play in this
Here we
Super
go.
Bowl.
They'll bring a tight end in motion. Now they'll send a tight end in motion left.
Harris is into the end zone for a Steeler touchdown.
We're getting set up for what should be a great 4th quarter. This has been a hard-hitting game because both teams have punched and counter-punched equally well. And here's a good finish to this drive. A touchdown run here late in the 3rd quarter.
Extra point now by Boswell. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all.
And it was Najee Harris who finished it off with a touchdown run.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away.
This taken in at the goal line.
They can't tackle him.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
After that last touchdown we just saw, Charles, we got ourselves a brand new ball game, all tied here in the 3rd as they have their first possession of this 2nd half.
And Brandon, this drive is all about one word to me, and that's the word answer, because they're trying to answer the momentum the other offense picked up in tying the game, because not only if they score and they feel better about themselves, they'll retake the lead and maybe set the tone for the rest of the half, keeping them in the driver's seat.
So that's the end of 3 here in Super Bowl 59 from Caesars Superdome. The 4th and final quarter coming right up. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Stroud looking to throw. And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
And that went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down.
Here's Stroud.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. Boy, an incredibly aggressive move to go for it there. Game tied 4th quarter. You got to be surprised.
I am, and I know that we're in a new era of football where we look at the analytics sometimes, and a lot of time the analytics tell you to go for it, right? But do the analytics take into account game situation, where we are, all those things? In this situation, I thought it was an incredibly aggressive play.
It didn't work out, and again, tie game 4th quarter makes this thing a little bit more interesting. They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Now Wilson.
That's going to be caught by Pickens. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
Wilson operating from the gun.
A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
Well, as we all know, possessions are crucial in a tie game, and let's face it, I really didn't need to tell you that. You already knew it. So when he sees he's got nothing good going, an excellent decision to just send that one to the sideline.
He'll get 2 yards back, but it's going to leave him with a long 3rd and 13.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Going to run the toss here to Harris.
And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12.
This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards.
Have to kick this field goal, don't you?
No question about it. Look at the clock. Look at the situation. Kick the field goal.
So here we go. On now is the kicker, Chris Boswell. This to break our 4th quarter tie. Boswell's kick is good, and they take a 17-14 lead. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. So Stroud and the Texans down 17-14, 2:23 to play. They need at least a field goal to send this Super Bowl to overtime as they come up on 1st down. And Stroud now to throw. Going deep for Diggs.
And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. So the defense helping him out a little bit here late in the 4th.
Yeah, and you're exactly right. And when you're the one doing the chasing, you'll take a little help from the other guys, won't you?
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Stroud.
Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
Three points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire.
Here comes 2nd down.
Another try after the 1st down sack.
Stroud.
And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Just kind of a wing and a prayer there. This ball's kind of up for grabs, but they're at a point where they have to live with that. And fortunately, this one winds up incomplete.
What a Super Bowl it's been to this point. Now a critical 3rd down here.
Going deep for Diggs. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
They took a big shot there for the end zone, and if he finds a way to come up with it, that might be your game winner. but it was not to be. The coverage was good, and it winds up incomplete.
Gotta avoid the flags defensively. Here's 4th and long. 4th down, 4th quarter. Here's Stroud.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
We got to have two hands on the football here as they run on 1st down. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there, 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
On 2nd down, this is Harris.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
Here comes 3rd and about a foot. Wilson to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Steeler 1st down. All smiles on that sideline. That should be the one to do it.
Well, y'all,
The whistles blow with 3
it looked like
seconds remaining.
Pittsburgh gonna win this one because I should have played a little bit better, but I did put it on Pro. So hit the like button. I want to thank my good friend Dwayne on 876 Gaming for sharing. Really appreciate that. Appreciate everybody that watched the live stream.
And the knee is taken for the Steelers out of the victory formation.
All right, y'all, you gotta take care.
The Pittsburgh Steelers have won the Super Bowl, and the Lombardi Trophy is going back to the Steel City. And when this moment comes, I think you look back at all the blood, sweat, and tears, the offseason, the workouts, training camp, week 1, 2, 3, all building up now to say you're a Super Bowl champion. It's worth it.
It certainly is, and rarely do we have a team that hoists the Lombardi Trophy that didn't have their share of bumps along the way, didn't have to face some adversity in the journey.